Hey guys, good morning. Monday morning. This is Chondra with Coffee with Chondra, coming out of the heartland. Just wanted to say good morning and share a couple of thoughts with you all this morning. Kind of going to note this as will your seed produce fruit? Sorry about the sun behind me, that just makes me look fancy. Will your seed produce fruit? Your message will go out to a lot of people, whether it's your business message or your whatever you're doing in your personal life, because you're putting it out there probably for many to see and possibly emulate. But not everybody, in fact, only a small percentage will gather something from that. That's okay. If you think about gardening, and even if you're not a gardener or a farmer, you'll be able to follow this easily. What do you do first? You till the ground to make it ready to accept the seeds and grow healthy, great produce. Then you actually plant the seeds. And after you plant the seeds, you can't just let them do whatever they're going to do, because other forces come into play at that point. So you do have to weed, you do have to fertilize, you do have to water, etc. Sometimes even prune to cut back some of that plant. So I just wanted to talk about a couple of possibilities of what will happen to those seeds. The first possibility is that they'll get dropped on a piece of ground that you didn't till or prepare properly. The ground might be hard or rocky or just not as vital as the ground that you did a good job with. And the plants will grow. They'll grow. Actually, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. In this type of ground, the seed won't sprout at all. So that is very different than what I just said. The seed will have a purpose. It'll feed the birds or the squirrels or whatever, but it won't grow into a plant. That's really what you're going for. So all the seeds you throw that way, and that could be prospects, that could be people in your life that you're trying to talk to, communicate with, and there's just nothing for the seed to get started in. There's another type of ground that it could get thrown on top of, and this is what I was skipping ahead to, is the ground with rocks. Some of the soil in the country, well, in the world, is very, very rocky. We're really blessed in Iowa to have really beautiful, dark, black soil. Not every place in Iowa has exactly the same type of soil. We do have rocky areas, but where I live, it's primarily really good black soil. Good morning, Dan. But if that seed happens to fall on those rocks, there might be a little bit of dirt on top of the rock, and the seed will germinate and it'll grow, but there's no place for the root to take hold. So it'll shoot up, but then, since it has no roots to gather that moisture from, the minute the sun comes out, it'll wither and die. Known people like that. You have a lead, looks promising, the plants start growing, but at the first sign of struggle or problems or things like that, and this could be in your personal relationships as well, that plant dies because there's been no foundation, there's no root system to it. You have to have those deep roots. for that plant to successfully grow to a mature plant that you can gain produce from. Good morning, Marilyn. There is another type of ground that this could potentially fall onto, is seeds. And that is a ground with a lot of thorns. And we certainly do have thorns here. Don't want to step on those. They kind of crowd out all the other plants around it. And if your seed falls there, your message, it'll start to grow, but the thorns will overtake it. It'll choke it out. These type of people will choke out your dreams and your journey to get to the goal of your dreams. So yeah, it'll grow for a little bit, but it doesn't come to fruition. And last is the type of ground you want. It's been prepared well. You've got this nice black Iowa dirt. Has a lot of nutrients in it. All the things that plants need, and I know different plants need different nutrients to grow properly. It's not full of rocks, or maybe the rocks have been taken out. So it has that capability of gaining a good root system or foundation. And it doesn't, when you plant that, even if thorns grow up, if you take care in weeding those and get them out of there, they won't choke out your plant that you're trying to grow. There's so many forces that work against what you're trying to accomplish in your goals and dreams, and there are things that you can be proactive to help with that. Some of those were, on Friday we talked about types of people to kick out of your life. These could certainly be representative of people. I could see that really easily. As far as the thorns, for instance, when the thorns come up, that could be different activities or people that pull your time away from what you're trying to accomplish. And there's certainly time to do both, and I will talk about that tomorrow. You think you don't have time, but you do. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. But those thorns, people are overtaking what you want to do. They might be doing it on purpose, and they might be doing it subconsciously, or like a passive-aggressive type person. But this ground that we're talking about at the end is the only type that will build a successful business, a successful life, and give you the fruit that you're really wanting. So like I said, you have to have the ground. Hey, gals. You have to have the ground prepared properly to create the foundation of roots. You plant your seed in the right place, not on the rocks and not on the thorns surrounding it. You water it. You give it nutrients. Maybe you're doing some training that helps you get to your goals. You give it nutrients. You feed your plant. Then you might prune off, like I said, you might prune off part of that plant to help the main portion of it grow properly. That happens all the time. Not by me, but people that know what they're doing. And that just diverts the nutrients to the stronger part of the plant. And maybe that is your trying a scenario with, I'm going to aim this at business. If you're trying to do leads and you're trying to do prospecting on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Tumblr and every platform that there is, why don't you prune that back? Try one thing, work and work and work at it until you are great at that. So you're diverting the nutrients to the plant that you want to have fruit from. is where we want to be. We want to have that good ground. You begin small. You begin small. And if anyone is familiar with what happens to a seed when it grows, it actually first dies. So that is interesting. The person that you once were probably will be no longer. And that's a good thing. The person you were will die, in essence. But from that is going to come a much better you, one that's motivated and focused on the goals that you have. Again, keep growing, keep doing the training that helps you realize your dreams. You're not going to just have automatically people come to you. No, you have to support that with the foundation of information. And anybody that tells you otherwise, it's a scam artist. So, you don't want to go down that road. But you have to be tenacious. You have to keep that end goal in mind. Because even on days when you're not feeling so motivated, I know a lot of people don't feel motivated on Monday morning. Today I surprisingly was. Probably because I got to see every one of you. But keep your vision in mind. Stay motivated. Last week we talked about visualizing. If you see that goal, if you make yourself see it every day, all day long, through the day, consistently, you won't have a problem keeping that vision in mind because it will already be in your mind. So that's about it. I hope some of you got some good information out of that or helped you gain a perspective maybe you didn't have before. And if you did like it, like, comment, share, whatever, you know, feel fit to do. If you got even one little piece of information out of it, maybe somebody would too. Somebody else would too. Sorry. So you can check that out on my YouTube channel. Just look up my name. It's under Chondra Will. And I hope everybody has a great Monday and the rest of the week. I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.